Oceanside rider while she rolling the herb. Tide sucking up on the curb. Got this feeling to splurge. My sole purpose is to give you the word. Write these verses with that murder ain't no relation to herbs. Switching lanes for that shifting. 2 Pfizer shots, still grooving this pandemic. I just played the cards, I'm dealt confident with it. King taking over this shit, monstrous vision. Never temper thoughts, I came from poverty stricken. One day at a time, can't rush greatness. My mind like plush Dayton's. 27 laps in this bitch.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the FantasyFlo podcast. This is your boy Alex. I got my dog Kyra with me. I got my dog Vic with me. We about to go over week 1. It was a trash behind week. I'm feeling it. Let's talk about this jump, man. All right, so let's just jump into some of the big headlines. We got Dak. He just went down. That boy went down on the most trash behind, complete foolish hurt hand shit. I don't know what he did.
What Stephen A. said, what can go wrong will go wrong.
It's an accident waiting to happen. So, I mean, he's possibly out for like 4 to 6 weeks.
Yep. Thumb, I think it was right thumb, right?
Yeah, which is, like I said, it's a trash behind injury. Mm-hmm. So he just took 4 to 6 weeks out of somebody's team. The next one, I'm thinking this is a theme. The man literally did this last year. This is becoming a theme. Aaron Rodgers has a horrible week 1 and then wins MVP. I don't know what's going on with it.
He don't got Devontae Adams.
That's the difference this year. So is he going to do the same thing? I don't know.
I can't even say who his number 1 receiver is right now either.
Exactly. Randall Cobb.
The
vet. I don't know. Maybe Robert Tonyan. And at this point, it's probably a running back. Mm-hmm. But all right. The next one, we got Patrick Mahomes trying to shut everybody up, shutting up Tyreek. Yep. Tyreek came out here talking about Tua is the most accurate quarterback and everything. He ain't lying, but still, I digress. And Patrick Mahomes came out here today and dropped 5 touchdowns on everybody's head.
Well, you know what? That kind of feeds into Reggie's argument last year about how Tyreek Hill doesn't matter because Mahomes is the guy.
The quarterback
it
makes
feeds
the
into
guy.
it, but I mean, that's a very good comment. I don't know what to tell you about that. Reggie actually might have something going on for that.
Yeah.
He might have a point. We didn't believe him because we were saying you give anybody else that team.
Will he do this every week though? I don't know about 5 touchdowns a week, but he definitely showed me that he's really that dude.
Yeah, no, Patrick is crazy. Shoot, y'all remember this man Jalen getting toasted, boy.
Mm-hmm. All game. So I mean, listen, man, the Bills. As much as a Dolphin fan I am, I don't like it, but they embarrassed them champs. You gotta respect them. I mean, they're trash, but they said they were ranked number 1 beginning of the year, and they beat the champs at home.
Listen, bro, they're the only team that I know that loses a playoff game and then gets thrusted into a Super Bowl contending team the next year.
Yep.
Which is wild. But, I mean, he played a hell of a game that day, so I can't even lie. Mm. We got the return of Derek Carr and Devontae Adams.
The
duo that we've been anticipating.
Worked out.
Did it?
Out. I mean,
them two worked out.
Them two worked out.
Yeah, that's what they wanted to do.
Did it work out? I mean,
he looked at him the whole game.
I mean, he fed him.
Yeah.
He fed him. But I'm thinking about their whole offense.
Their whole offense, yeah.
Yeah.
But his productivity in general, compared to him being with the Packers and then going to the Raiders, people were questioning that. But it looks like they're going to be all right.
Yeah, I think Devontae's still going to get his. And at the end of the day, Devontae alluded to it the other day that they almost died with each other. So, I mean, they have a chemistry.
Yeah.
It's not to say that him and Aaron Rodgers didn't have a chemistry.
Yeah, right.
Them boys had a chemistry. But, I mean, it's nice to see that receiver didn't take a tick down because he went to a new QB.
Yeah.
Right.
But I want to say is that we don't know what the Hunter Renfrows and the Darren Wallers. Darren Waller got he got his yesterday.
He got some looks. Renfro didn't really get anything.
Exactly. So there's going to be an odd man out. We just got to figure out who that is. I mean, week 1 is always a lot of questions. The Dolphins, y'all boys.
Let's go, baby.
The Dolphins.
We out here.
I've been doing my best not to make any predictions. I don't want the Dolphins to fail me. But I'm not gonna lie, the 20-7 win with the parking lot going on fire. It's just classic, textbook that we on our way.
Yes.
All right, we on our way.
Times are changing.
Listen, so let's just, I'm saying, there was an argument that we couldn't sustain 2 top receivers. I mean, Waddle got him a touchdown in a couple of good yards right there, and then you had Tyreek getting about 8-9 catches with about 90 yards, maybe 100, something like that.
Yeah.
And, then you got to factor in everybody else as well. But they did their thing. And, I mean, the run game was getting there. I mean, Edmonds showed that he's obviously the number one. But, I mean, that they're going to put in Mostert. They're going to put in...
Yeah, Mostert's going to get his
carries. Who else did they put in? It was just Mostert?
I don't remember. They really only played 2 running backs that game that I remember.
I don't think they played anybody else.
But Tua definitely has to prove more. He didn't do as much as I wanted him to. He missed some looks. Some passes were tipped, but that's going to happen.
It's week 1. And I don't think the offense is churning yet.
Yeah.
But we'll get there. I think this man went crazy. I think in most leagues he dropped like 39 points, fantasy points. This man is probably like the overall number 1 receiver in the league right now. Yes, I am talking about JJ Jets.
Wow.
That boy is crazy.
Yeah, I'm losing right now because of him.
Listen, bro, auction league, they looked out for me. They made me flip the coin. I was either getting Jamar Chase or I was getting Justin Jefferson.
Yeah.
And I got Justin Jefferson. It was a little bit more money.
It's honestly not a lose-lose anyway.
But, I mean, what I probably would have had to pay for Justin Jefferson versus what I got him for was just crazy. So, I mean, I'm ecstatic about him balling out in that league for me.
And Kirk Clear's going to keep throwing it to him. I don't think Thielen did really much anything in that game. And
yeah, they didn't really do too much with Thielen.
And all you got to do is guard JJ, and they could not do it.
At all. But that lets you know that if somebody is able to guard JJ, other people are going to eat on that team.
That's true.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't think nobody's guarding JJ right now. I think he's too shifty, dog.
Yeah.
He's lanky and shifty. It's just that I don't know how you do both of those. But he does it. Don't call it a comeback.
We'll see.
Don't call it a comeback. This man Saquon then came out here and he took the number 1 running back of the league.
He do this every year.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm used to this.
Does he?
He balls out
every week 1.
Well, at the beginning of the year, he always balls out.
And then he get hurt.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm not disagreeing with you. I mean, but it's the Saquon revenge season. It's a new offense.
Yeah.
Dayball obviously looks like he's trying to get him the ball. I mean, I was hoping that they would have, just shipped him off to the Dolphins, but it's okay.
That's their go-to guy. They're gonna keep feeding him the ball. Because Kadarius didn't get nothing.
We're going to wait. I'm waiting. Okay?
His situation is real interesting.
Yeah, I'm waiting. Because my thought process is if they could do that with Saquon, they're going to find a way to get him the ball.
They have to. To win games, they're going to have to.
Yeah, because you're not going to rely on Sterling. So, anyways.
I mean, Sterling did good, though.
Yeah, he did.
Good.
Yeah, but I think that was a big chunk play. That was a big chunk play. He got a lot of his points on.
He another person we're going to have to watch.
Definitely.
If Dayball can keep this offense relevant, I'm all for y'all.
They need to stay healthy.
Yeah,
that's what it is. They need to stay healthy.
All right, well, so let's shift to their rivals in their division.
Come.
The Commanders. Carson Wentz.
MVP wins back.
Balling.
I don't know what happened.
How many fantasy points?
But I think he had 37.
37, yeah. In our league, 37.
Yo, Carson Wentz.
We'll get into the stats later, but that man there is doing his thing. Game 1.
And he got all the weapons. So
yes.
They got weapons.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's change gears real quick.
All right.
T. Higgins, dog. T. Higgins.
Listen, T. Higgins suffered concussion, but he got suffered a concussion, but there's no timetable of it. He got off the field on his own, but with this concussion thing, he could be out maybe 1 game, maybe he'll be back. Yeah. But I think that's a big hurt for the Bengals. They O-line is still not that good. Jamar Chase is going to get his.
Yeah.
But this bumps up Tyler Boyd's stock.
Yeah, that does.
For
sure. I would say, from my understanding of how they do the concussions, it depends on how frequent it is.
Okay.
So if it's his first one, he should be back quickly. If it's his second one, I think they take another precaution. If it's a third one, I think they keep you out for like a certain amount of weeks.
So it's good that he got up on his own.
So if he got up on his own, I'm pretty sure he's in the concussion protocol. If he ends up, I don't know how many he's had. So if and the distance in between he's had them. I don't know how all that information if he had another one. But I think that matters.
Their tight end stock goes up a little too.
Hayden Hurst, you gotta remember Hayden Hurst was a top. Hayden Hurst was a first-round pick for the Ravens, and for some reason it didn't materialize. I think because they got Mark Andrews, and I think he just panned out better.
Yeah.
But they had Max Williams that year too, and Hayden Hurst was supposed to be this pass-catching tight end that was supposed to be like, you know, the next. That's what Hayden Hurst is what we thought Hawkinson was. Hayden Hurst did go to Atlanta. He had a decent enough year. Yeah. That was Matt Ryan's last year though, and then so now he's on the Bengals. The Bengals lost Uzomah, and they picked him up. To me, that was an upgrade.
Oh, for sure.
And now that adds another receiving option to that trio of receivers. So even if you are losing Higgins, you still got a lot.
You still got Hurst. You still got Boyd.
You still got Boyd, and Mike Thomas is the fourth receiver, so maybe he'll step up and show something.
Yeah, and you still got to throw the ball to Joe Mixon too.
Yeah.
All right, so Dak Prescott.
All right. Burnt me 2 or 3 times now.
Yep.
Dak. That's why when I drafted Dak, I made sure I got a backup quarterback.
You did.
And I'm looking like the smart guy right now.
Who's your backup?
Kirk Cousins.
Okay,
He's smart.
there you go.
So, Dak, once again,
Man.
off-season promising, hoping that, you know, he comes back strong, and then boom, injury. This year, right out of the gate.
Yeah.
So
at least you ain't pondering about who you going to start and all that.
Exactly.
I mean,
Yeah, because
I have my backup. I'm dropping Dak, and I'm just gonna replace him with some a player that can add depth to my team.
Yeah.
Call it a day.
Well, this league I got 2 quarterbacks, but in Casper's league I only have 1 quarterback, so I would have been. Well, no, actually I got picked up Kirk Cousins because somebody was sleeping.
Yeah.
But I picked up only 1 quarterback, and if that happened, because I mean, what I tell y'all in the chat, bro. Once Aaron Rodgers started giving me 3 points, bro, I was like,
gotta move on.
I was like, Kirk Cousins, bro, you stepping up into the starting lineup, my guy.
Yeah.
You gonna do this?
But I'm glad to see this from Dak because I hate the Cowboys. So this is all good news to me. Thank you for getting it.
Here's my issue with Dak. This is the 2nd time Dak has got hurt, and it left the Cowboys in a wasteland. And this is the 2nd time I've had Zeke, and this has happened. I think I traded Zeke that year because I couldn't deal with just forcing myself to start Zeke because I have to start Zeke.
Just because he should and could go off.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And knowing that he can't do what he would normally do without Dak. So I'm hoping that because they did say that they were gonna look into replacements. Maybe a Cam Newton or something.
Could be Cam.
Cam is an option.
I don't see them getting Kaepernick, so they don't even need to talk about that.
I don't want to hear.
You know how the media is.
I don't want to hear another thing about the Kaepernick. We're trying Kaepernick out.
Yeah, it's never happened.
It never goes anywhere.
It never
does,
anywhere.
and it won't.
Somebody look at 2 people maybe. I know that obviously Sam Darnold has his own injuries.
Yeah.
But he might come back, and the Panthers may be willing to trade him. Also, it's the guy over there in San Francisco that's being paid a whole bunch of money for. I don't see them doing that, but because of the price tag that they gave him, I can see the Cowboys jumping all over that.
Yeah,
just the simple fact
that
that
might be in their best interest because I don't think Cooper.
because he's
the guy.
Technically, right now, I want to say what's his name, quarterback, 49ers. Not Trey Lance. Jimmy. Sorry.
Jimmy. Oh, okay.
Brain fart. But yeah, so Jimmy, I think he was getting paid like a starting quarterback before they reconstructed his deal. Now he's the highest paid backup quarterback in the
still
league.
Almost starter quarterback salary.
Maybe like $7 million or something like that. It's not. I mean, in the NFL, that ain't.
Yeah.
It's nothing. But at the end of the day, it's an option for them.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think that they look into that. They got to explore it because if they want to win the Super Bowl, they better go get somebody now.
Exactly.
Keenan Allen, man, he pulled up with a hamstring and shit.
Nah, I said this. I said this in the offseason leading up to the draft. The thing that you got to worry about with Keenan Allen is his age and the possibility of him getting an injury. And first week, here we go.
But he did good last year. He was healthy last year.
He did good last year.
He's been pretty consistent for at least the last 2 years. I think the year before he tore his ACL.
It was either 2 years or 3 years.
So
last year I just know he played all year.
Yeah, but he had Justin Herbert going crazy.
Yeah. Right.
So I think that he realized that he has to. I don't know what it is with him throughout the year, but basically he goes off. He gets hurt every once in a while. He doesn't take too long, but he comes back. I'm not too.
I mean,
Keenan Allen, I'm not too I'm not panicking about.
I'm not saying he's gonna be a bust.
Yeah.
But what I said could happen.
Yeah.
All right, Stephen A.
I'm dead.
So
yeah,
you basically now have to look at Mike Williams and DeAndre Carter. DeAndre Carter had a good game yesterday. He's somebody who you should possibly look at, a speculative ad.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes with him. Mike Williams also, you already know he's a baller. And he should see a benefit from this temporary setback.
But I disagree a little bit on that. Only reason why is because I think that they do different things. So Mike Williams, he's always been your downfield guy, right? He's always the big chunk receiver, red zone threat. Has he ever been your intermediate target? I mean, maybe on a play action.
It's usually Keenan Allen, or they really ditch the Eckler.
Exactly. So I think he keeps his role. Now, I don't think. I mean, he obviously will get him a bigger target share because he's going
to get him his target share.
It's going to increase. Yeah. It's going to increase.
It doesn't necessarily mean he's going to replace Keenan Allen. It just simply means that because of Keenan Allen's absence,
he has more opportunity to score a little bit more.
Yeah.
But what I'm getting at is you're looking who was it I would tell you? Jordan Palmer. You used to have DeAndre Carter,
right,
and Austin Eckler, and I want to say they got CJ Spiller's nephew or something.
Something like that.
Something Spiller. But either way, Isaiah Spiller. So he's supposed to be really good too. Oh, Sony Michel. So they're gonna start. They
used them game one too. I used them a lot.
Yeah, so they're gonna find ways. You got to remember, this is a pass-heavy offense.
Right.
So obviously he's gonna love throwing the ball to Mike Williams, but I think he's also gonna make sure that he has to hit his intermediate. So we gotta find that guy, and I think Jordan Palmer could be that guy. Austin Eckler's gonna get an uptick for sure. DeAndre Carter looked really good last week, so. That's all good right there.
Tell him about that boy Matt, Alex.
That boy broke his back.
Allegedly. Because they say it's negative. Yeah, it's negative.
No, he said he's going to play next week. I mean, at the end of the day, that's what happens when you come to Miami early. He probably was out there in the strip club, out here doing something that you shouldn't have been doing.
They had to get acclimated to the weather.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to tell them, boys. I'm like, you bring a whole bunch of 20 to 32-year-old men to a team, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To Miami, and you bring them to South Beach. They might not have been in South Beach, but they surely, I'm pretty sure at some point,
doing something.
They went to a nightclub, they went to go get some dinner at some nice place, and they probably seen some females that they was trying to go holler at too. So I don't know what was happening, but the Patriots' mind wasn't right. Devontae Parker came back home. He's like, I used to live here for a good minute, bro. I'm about to go see my old pops.
He set them up, huh?
He probably the one that messed them up, to be honest with you.
I'm happy for him, too.
Yeah, I mean.
He did trash.
Yeah, listen, Devontae. But Mac Jones, of course, he obviously hurt his back. His back spasms, his x-rays. They got negative results. I think he ends up having a trash year. Just being real.
Their team's not that good, I'll be honest with you. They're not better than the Dolphins.
I mean, will they win games? Yes, but they're not better than us. And the thing is that Belichick is getting in over his head. This is the first time I think that I've been actually bigging up Brady, and I hate Brady. I really do. But you guys got to realize that I hated Belichick because of what he did for so many years. I want to say from just a kid, we've been getting killed by the Patriots, and I used to think it was Tom Brady. But then, the cheating stuff and all this, whatever. Yeah. It's like Belichick did his dirt, and Belichick made a lot of things happen.
Yeah.
And so, even when Brady would get hurt, Belichick made things happen. So he always looked like he was the GOAT coach, right? And Brady's success was factored in because of Belichick. But Belichick losing this battle, dog. Brady done left Belichick for year one, won a Super Bowl, bro. Obviously, he went to a team with weapons.
He did, but yeah, that team is different compared to the Patriots, I think.
I mean, yeah.
Offensively.
But Brady told them he would have stayed as long as Belichick told him that he wanted him to stay. And he didn't.
Hey, mistakes were made. That's it.
That's it. All right, and where are we going there? Wan'Dale Robinson. He's pretty much a rookie. I heard a lot of good things out of him for him in camp. But Sterling Shepard obviously has that role, and I don't think that Wan'Dale Robinson being hurt and missing a little bit of time really changes the Giants' offense, because I think Sterling Shepard's there. Kadarius Toney's still there. You still got Galladay, who's they just wasted their money.
Who knows what's going on with that?
I don't know. So at this point, they got people.
Yeah.
Wan'Dale Robinson may very well be eventually the best receiver there. I'm not going to lie, he could be. Because the way that these receivers coming out of college these days, they just coming out pro ready. How many, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, you know what I'm saying? All these people are just coming out crazy.
And I know Danny Dimes, he wants to throw the ball. I mean, Saquon's his go-to target regardless, but he's trying to throw touchdowns rather than run the ball every freaking play. So there's definitely room for him on the offense.
Yeah, definitely. So when he comes back, you probably want to take a look on him, take a flyer on him, and then just see what he can do, because you never know. Sometimes these rookie receivers, running backs, they will literally win you a whole league just because somebody didn't trust it.
Exactly.
Najee.
Man, Najee, he hurt me this week. Man hurt his right foot. Now in camp, he hurt his left foot. So now we're dealing with 2 foot injuries that's lingering. I don't like dealing with that as a running back.
My question, the first foot, they were saying it was a Liz Frank kind of injury, but it wasn't serious.
It was a minor Liz Frank.
So what's this?
This is, I guess it's another sprain, but it says minor as well. So he should be playing Sunday, but what to capacity, I don't know.
All right, so who are you looking at in case?
I mean, Jalen Warren, he's next on the board.
It damn sure ain't Benny Snell.
It definitely
Benny Snell had so many opportunities.
Yeah. And
many.
Mike Tomlin's a one using running back kind of coach. So if Najee's out, Jalen Warren's probably going to get at least 15 touches. Yeah. So he's someone waiver wire or handcuff. So you have Najee, you got to get Jalen.
Snell probably will get some touches too. He might get some end zone looks, but he's not going to be like a 3-down back.
I don't think he can sustain it. He's not used to it. He's getting old. He's older too now. So
I mean, since he burned you.
I got Najee too.
He burned you too. Well, let's talk about the next guy that burned me and probably all of us America.
How many points he got?
Who, Najee?
He got it's less than 10, maybe less than 5.
Yeah, my Najee ain't do much. Yeah. But let's talk about the next guy that burned all of America.
So I was not too big on Elijah Mitchell in the drafts this year, simply because of his history with injuries. And I figured, it sounds bad to say I figured he'd get hurt.
Because he drafted him.
But I stayed away from him for the possibility that he might get hurt. And sure enough, just like Keenan Allen, he got hurt.
Right. So now, this man out here telling the future.
So now you got to possibly look at Jeff Wilson Jr.
Yeah.
If you do not have Jeff Wilson Jr., he's available in your league, you might want to go pick him up. That's not even might. You need to
pick him up. And the reason why you need to pick him up is if you've watched in any of the past years from the 49ers, anytime one of these main running backs go down, it's always one pops up. Like it's a running back factory.
Yeah.
So they literally just churn them in, and then we're going in, and we got running backs out here going crazy. Then this one get hurt, then they run in this one, and then this one going crazy, and then this one get hurt. Like
it happened with Elijah. The starting running back got hurt.
Exactly.
He took off.
Yep. And
Elijah get hurt every year. So this is nothing new.
He's hurting my heart right now because I mean he's in my work league, so I got AJ Dillon. I'm straight. But at the end of the day, I started that man, bro. I wanted higher points, bro. Yeah. I wanted higher points. I want more points.
Now this is going to carry on over into our last person on the list of injuries. So just so you know, you heard it here first. If Julio Jones gets hurt, I was worried about him too.
Stop
which is why I stayed
voodoo
away
on
from
his
him
name.
In the draft.
Stop putting voodoo on his name.
We'll see how things
Julio
go.
Jones.
But until then, another player on his team got hurt, and that person
Julio Jones, bro.
Who got hurt, Alex?
Who
got
hurt? We talking about Godwin. Sorry, I'm not touching this man. Now he got me in my Julio Jones rant, bro. Julio Jones is Julio Jones, bro. But anyway, Godwin, Obviously, he got hurt. He was recovering from an ACL. Everybody was just enamored by how crazy, how he came back. He was, and when I saw him catch the first ball, I cried. I cried for 2 seconds in my head because I'm like, dang, bro, like I could have started this man. He look like he about to go off right now. Brady about to throw this man the ball, and I'm like, dang, bro, that's messed up. I should have just started him. And then, sure enough, pulls up with a hamstring. I was like,
you gonna drop him?
No. I am not crazy.
All right.
But I will tell you what, I don't have him in our league for FantasyFlo, but so I'll definitely go pick up a Julio Jones.
I think he's taken.
No, he ain't.
He's not?
No.
In whose league?
In our league.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, look at you. So now you want Julio, huh?
I'm still not touching him. Because if he gets hurt, then it's a waste.
I'll pick me up a Julio, bro. Because
I'm not taking
Julio put some points up.
He was throwing his way, though.
My gripes with him.
Oh my God!
All right, I know the man is a baller, but yes, last season when he played for Tennessee, that man did not do anything.
Who is his quarterback?
You know what
it
that
don't
was?
matter. The man was hurt, bro.
That was his Randy Moss on the Raiders year.
Bruh.
Exactly,
He
bro.
was not in the game most of the season.
That's true. He was hurt.
So, and he's getting older, bro. Like, what am I supposed to do
He's
with that?
playing with
It don't matter
the
who he's
goal.
playing with. Can his body sustain that type of wear and tear?
Because what is his depth chart number? What would you put him in?
It don't
If
matter,
you had
bro.
Godwin, all right. So let's go. We got Mike Evans, Godwin, and then we're gonna put Russell Gage. Then we're gonna go put Julio. I think he's number 4, right?
Those 4.
Julio ain't gonna be in the game enough to get hurt the way that he was getting hurt.
You know, bro, all it takes is one play.
Well, how many
They're
games,
already not gonna practice him throughout the whole week.
How many games does Julio have to play for you to be a believer?
Huh?
Julio again. How many games does he have to play?
He need to play half the season.
Half the season.
All right. Hey,
Half the
$5.
Bet. That's 8 games. That's 8 or 9. What are we doing? 8 or 9?
It's 9, I think, now.
I mean, that's more than half.
Yeah.
I guess.
So he has to
whatever.
play 9 games.
9
Listen, bro.
games. Not a single.
You want to read it
You
when
hurt
you
one time? Pay me, bro.
What do you mean hurt? That
I
don't
ain't
mean
the same. You hurt what games?
that don't mean nothing, bro.
9 games.
All right. Anyways, we're gonna go into the top 12 finishes of the whole league.
Big storyline.
Big storylines. Obviously, Patrick Mahomes definitely
Yep.
killed these boys. I mean, Arizona looked horrible. I don't know if it was Arizona's defense was being trash, but Patrick Mahomes killed these boys.
It could have been jitters. I don't know, man. They don't have D-Hop, but their whole team was just flustered the whole game, it seemed like.
I mean, I like that he spread it around. He looked real comfortable. He liked his new team. So if you're looking at Patrick Mahomes and if you picked him up early and you're thinking like, wow, I just got me a steal, you're probably happy about what you got.
Reggie looking smart right now.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm looking smart about the next guy, Josh Allen in my work league. Josh Allen went crazy.
Josh Allen.
And I thought he was going to end at number 1. Patrick Mahomes had to come over and one up him, but Josh Allen
is 100% worth a first round draft pick.
A first-round draft pick?
Yes.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. What? Other than Lamar,
He's worth it. He's gonna ball. For
I don't know
the
about
entire
first. Like
season.
I say high second. Okay.
high second.
I don't know about
high
first.
second.
I disagree, bro.
Because you could get
He's
a lot.
probably gonna have
first
a better
round.
year than Mahomes.
Josh Allen?
I think so.
I believe it because I don't think Mahomes is
If
going to
you
throw 5
drafted
touchdowns a
Patrick
game.
Mahomes in the first round and you think that Josh Allen is gonna have a better season, then that means he's worth a first round pick.
But
Listen,
as to that, I don't know.
Did y'all see the stiff arm the man did?
Yes.
All right, that's all I gotta tell you.
Josh Allen is nasty.
All right, so the number 3 quarterback for all of fantasy,
Yeah.
Carson Wentz.
Carson Wentz.
Like this man just went out here and just shocked the world because everybody was all like, "Oh, bro, you lost to." And you know what's the funniest thing about it? Who did he beat?
What do you mean?
Jacksonville, bro.
Oh.
And who did he lose to
Who
last
don't
year?
have a bad offense.
No. But who did he lose to tonight and get the playoffs? That basically got him kicked out of the Colts.
Was it Jacksonville?
Yes.
I don't remember.
So he came out here and torched these boys, bro. And he got Jahan Dotson, Curtis Samuel,
Yep.
Terry McLaurin,
People are sleeping on Curtis Samuel.
Yeah, bro.
Because of last season.
Mhm.
Curtis Samuel is a baller.
Yeah, exactly. And then I know this is along the Julio lines, but Logan Thomas, he actually gets a little.
Listen, wait. Logan Thomas played 90% of snaps.
That's Jordan Reed 2.0, bro.
He is,
that.
but you know when he
Disrespect.
right, he right. When he right, he right.
Hey,
I'm just saying.
Listen, We'll discuss about Logan Thomas later. We'll talk about it.
All right. Anyway, the next guy, Justin Herbert. I just think Justin Herbert did what he was. Yeah, he just did what he was supposed to do, bro.
Yeah, I expect even more, honestly. But Keenan Allen hurt. We'll see what happens.
I mean, well, this is where he can show that he's taking the next step.
Yeah.
That he doesn't have his premier receiver. But I mean, when you say that, like, are we really serious? We got Austin Eckler, bro. Austin Eckler is going to catch out the backfield and take it to the house.
Yeah.
So, and he's a good runner too. So I mean, I think he's still poised. To be honest with you, Justin Herbert has nothing to worry about because that defense is scary.
Yeah.
Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa, bro. Is it Joey?
It's one of the Bosa. Nick Bosa, is it?
Yeah, no, Nick, no.
It's one of the Bosas.
Joey's the older brother.
Yeah.
So yeah, Joey Bosa, bro. You kidding me? The J.C. Jackson, he didn't play, but you got that.
There's that.
Let's go with Lamar. So my thing is really quick and simple. Lamar is showing that he's still trying to fight for his contract. Obviously, he basically. I'm saying, pay this man, bro. Pay this man, bro. I'm over here looking at everybody talking about he looked crazy for turning down the money, but pay that man, bro. Like, you trying to tell me Deshaun Watson can go sit there and get massages and get all these issues?
Since I'm talking.
I'm just saying, he can get all those issues. He can get massages and have all those issues. And then settle for it, get suspended, all these other things, and then you see what the Browns did with his money, so he didn't really lose too much. All of that, it was just a lot of fishy stuff. So you're trying to tell me the character of Deshaun versus the character of Lamar, and then you look at the resume, pay that man.
I just hope Lamar stays healthy and keeps balling out the rest of the year.
Listen,
he needs his money.
He needs his money. The only thing that if anybody ever listened to me, if Lamar ever listened to me, I would tell him to go get an agent. Don't do it yourself. Do everything you're doing, just do it with an agent.
Yeah.
Don't do it yourself. All right, and Saquon, y'all boys, we talked about him again. He came back with a vengeance. Yeah. I think that we're gonna definitely have a good year. I'm not 100% sure that we're gonna have a 30-point game every week. The Giants aren't that good.
I think he'll average over 20.
I hope that Saquon has a phenomenal season this year. I really do, because the injuries have hindered him. I hope he does well.
And he puts in the work on the off season and everything. He trains hard, man. The man's built different.
Yeah. All right. So Jonathan Taylor, number one back in the draft.
31 attempts, bro. 31 carries.
Listen, bro. When you know what your bell cow is, you know where your bread and butter is, bro. You gotta go feed that man, bro. And obviously they did that. He had a good game. The Colts are still trash because they tied with the freaking Houston Texans, which is whatever. All right, I got a question for y'all. Because obviously we seen Devio in our league take Cooper Kupp number 1. That was a little wild to us, right?
That was very wild.
But it kind of, in a way, he probably made a smart decision, right?
Yeah.
But here's my thing. So if you look at what Justin Jefferson did and you look at what Cooper Kupp did, which one would you rather have?
Based on how much Stafford looks at Kupp, because I promise you, for 3 drives, he didn't look at anyone else.
Anybody.
Cooper Kupp's going to get more targets than JJ. But the problem is JJ's probably going to get more yards and touchdown looks overall.
I think JJ has
better plays.
Yeah, he has the higher upside. He has more talent. So it's like if you're talking about just burning somebody deep and beating them, or just like routing them up and then doing things
4-yard
like that.
touchdowns.
Yeah, like he's gonna do all of that. But there's games where the Vikings get beat, and I think that he doesn't get the ball.
Yeah.
Even in the games that, obviously, like the game that just passed, the Bills were beating them, but Cooper Kupp was still eating
on a great defense.
On a great defense. So I mean, for me, it's a toss-up. I mean, it depends on what you want. I mean, if you're asking me, rapport is really big to me. Cooper Kupp really likes Stafford. Stafford really likes Cooper Kupp.
I would say PPR, I would go with Kupp.
Yeah.
But if you're just doing regular points,
maybe Justin Jefferson. Yeah. All right, so your boy Devontae. Yeah.
Man got me some good points this week. I'm
Pissed
happy.
me off.
He is clearly the favorite target, because I don't know if you noticed during the game, this man Derek Carr was getting sacked trying to look for Devontae to wait to open. So that's his guy. 100%. I'm happy.
No doubt about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, shoot. Listen, Stephon Diggs, yo. I don't like the Bills, y'all. I don't like them.
He real.
But, and I never believed in Stephon Diggs' talent. Like, to be honest with you.
What?
Even the Viking days, I did not.
I did. I think I agree with him because
Thielen,
I didn't think he was this good.
Thielen was the guy first. Vikings days, Thielen was number one until Thielen started dropping down, and then obviously there was some kind of issue going on with Kirk and Diggs. So when he dipped, I was like, you ain't even that good of a receiver. I was like, what's Josh Allen gonna do with you? But obviously, I was proven wrong. I will
because that season.
No, I'm not even going to say. I'm just saying I didn't believe it. I believe it.
His breakout season let you know that Diggs was the truth. Yeah, he's going to be a good player.
Yeah.
Hot take. Man, this is going to be his best season.
The emotion, y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that boy.
Y'all know what I'm talking about. So that's just me.
I like Diggs though. As a person, I like him.
I respect him.
But he definitely cooked Ramsey. That dude was beautiful. All right, Jamar
did what he's supposed to do.
I mean, I'm being proven wrong because I told you Jamar might not be who he was. But I mean, it was a little wild take. I'll take it.
I think out of all these receivers, Jamar is probably the most confident in himself. Based on the interviews I've seen.
I like watching him. I've seen a lot of the pivot episode things. I am athlete.
All that, yeah.
Every time I've seen him, he's been really like. I'm trying to be that guy. He said he won Triple Crown. He won a Super Bowl. He won all that stuff. So, I think it's gonna be real cool.
All right. So now we got the waiver additions. Everything that people care about the most. Waivers.
Who to get?
So we're gonna start with quarterbacks, and obviously based off of his performance, even though people might be a little bit skeptical about him, Carson Wentz is a player that you should definitely be looking at, considering the way he played Sunday, and he also has multiple different weapons. So, I mean, you'd be making a mistake, I'd have to say, if you didn't pick up Carson Wentz. If you need a quarterback and he's available, or you have the room on your bench and you want somebody for bye weeks, you might as well go ahead and grab him now.
If you had Dak, maybe
exactly.
That's a really good person to look at for sure.
He had 313 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 2 picks.
That's crazy.
Mahomes does that. Mahomes may get 450 yards, but 4 touchdowns?
I mean, listen.
Need that.
Yeah, I don't know.
My boy Crab Legs, all right?
That boy be eating him dubs, boy. He be eating him a dub.
I hate that.
Yo, I love watching him in the pregame or him just participating.
His interviews are great.
Yo, Jameis is crazy. I honestly was kind of shocked that they were getting whooped up by Atlanta. Yeah. But, I mean...
Came back.
He came back.
This thing, he ate that W.
He ate that W, boy.
As many interceptions he's thrown, he's also thrown just as many touchdowns.
He's a. You gotta remember, this man didn't he win a Heisman?
Did he?
With
FSU.
I think he won a Heisman and then went to the league.
Because he was the first overall pick.
Yeah.
That year, so the draft.
People gotta put respect on Jameis, though.
Yeah, he might. Yeah. He funny now. He funny.
He's Jamarcus Russell if Jamarcus Russell stayed in the league.
And
actually got his
good,
that's in my mind.
Yeah,
but anyway, I mean that could be very disrespectful.
Now Jameis had 2 TDs. I think he'll get more touchdowns overall as he goes progressing. And on the 269 yards, he'll definitely break. He's used to throwing for 5,000 yards, so I think that he's on the upside for a waiver wire pick.
All right. We got a couple other guys down here. I'm not too high on, but maybe you guys could elaborate.
Well, running back for me on waiver wire, because if you have Najee, you need Jaylen Warren as a handcuff right now. Najee has a left foot injury, a right foot injury that's going to linger all season, I think. So until Najee can play a full game and ball out, Jaylen Warren's your handcuff. You got Najee.
Right. But as far as these quarterbacks, like we have Baker Mayfield down here, Daniel Jones, and Justin Fields and Davis Mills.
Okay.
Now Justin Fields, yes, he is somebody that I would consider as an ad, because even though the game that they had on Sunday, that was all due to the weather.
Yeah.
They're going to play. Chicago's going to play better than that. Justin Fields is going to have better games than that. Baker Mayfield, the only thing I can say is he has some weapons. He has Robbie Anderson available. Robbie Anderson is also another person that's down here as one of the wide receivers that you should possibly look at as a waiver ad. So I could maybe see why Baker Mayfield is down here. And then Daniel Jones, he has the potential. Davis Mills, what you think about Davis Mills?
I actually like him over Daniel Jones and Baker, to be honest with you. Davis Mills, as unpopular as he is, has been really good at being a professional quarterback literally since the Deshaun spectacle happened in Houston and he left or just didn't play. So they drafted Davis Mills, and he's been balling. I mean, like, it doesn't show in the wins, but he's been a capable quarterback. Like, when they were talking about trading Tua for Deshaun, they said they didn't want Tua because they like Davis Mills. Like, to me, that was, disrespectful, but they like Davis Mills.
Okay. Now, going into running backs, Dontrell Hilliard. He had a pretty good game as a passing back. But as far as a player that you want to add, what do you think about that?
I mean, I would do it as a speculative ad for me. I don't necessarily think that Hilliard really... Nobody, like... It's Derrick Henry, bro.
Yeah, but you got to also think about this. Derrick Henry is not. I don't think they're going to try to work Derrick Henry as much as they have in the past, considering his injuries.
At this point, they might have to though, bro, because if the offense ain't churning like it was last year, you don't got AJ Brown no more. You're trying to work in Robert Woods.
Treylon ain't do nothing.
Treylon ain't doing much. I mean, Austin Hooper, like you gotta really think about it. This is not the same Tennessee Titans that was like number 1 last year. Yeah, so
yeah, I mean they struggled last year because
they struggled at the
AJ
end.
Brown for a while.
Yeah, that's who
he was out,
but they still stayed
They had
number 1.
Julio, who ain't do nothing.
Who is his quarterback?
It don't matter.
It does.
Why does it matter if the man not even in the game? You can't even see what the quarterback.
Because he ain't want to play for them boys. He ain't got him a check.
Nah, but listen though, was he in the game though? No, we couldn't see what he did.
He wasn't motivated.
He wasn't motivated because he wasn't in the game.
He wasn't motivated.
He wasn't motivated.
He wasn't motivated.
That's cap.
Anyway, Dontrell Hilliard, I think he has a role to play on the offense as that pass catcher running back.
I believe that.
Because we went this before when Henry was first on the Titans. There was another back there. I forgot his name, but they used to check him down the ball. He used to get carries too, but he's catching passes. He's not really a
it's not like
back.
As a pass catching back in a PPR league, is he worth the ad?
You would have to hope for the game script for it to get out of hand so he can be more valuable. That's the issue.
Yeah.
But I mean, other than that, no.
All right, you got Jamal Williams.
He had a good game. I saw him scoring, and then he's a compliment to DeAndre Swift.
Yeah.
DeAndre Swift is obviously the guy, but when you got a backup that can produce some fantasy points too, it's like we talk about running backs that have running back handcuffs that have standalone value, and it's like you're looking at people like AJ Dillon as the mold for that. But I mean, Jamal Williams remember he was the AJ Dillon before
he's
AJ Dillon. He was doing that with Aaron Jones.
Yeah,
right. So I mean, he's
going to get an end zone maybe like 6 times this year, but it could be more, it could be less. But he's a better blocker than DeAndre Swift, so he can shed blocks and get open in the flats real easy for a touchdown.
And he can catch. So I like him.
All right, we got quite a few running backs. So you got Darrell Henderson, you have Isaiah Pacheco, somebody who I have been looking at who's doing pretty well.
I'm still sleeping on him.
You still sleeping on him?
I need to see more. I'm sorry.
Okay, I mean,
Mahomes had a great game, so
Pacheco. I think that he ends up being a good running back, but that's just because he's going to be the guy that's going to, just the game script helped them and helped him because CEH didn't have to play too much because they already jumped off on him. At this point,
right? He got worried about CEH.
He was supposed to do this last year. That's the problem.
But he's going to have more to opportunity, so I think CEH does it
if he can stay healthy.
But my thing now is we also just saw the disappearing act on Cam Akers.
Yeah.
So Darrell Henderson looks real nice to me. I did read something though. I think that it's even worse than what people are thinking because Cam Akers is in the doghouse, bro.
Yeah.
I don't think that he was gonna play at all.
Well, I heard he missed a block and it got Stafford crushed, and ever since that one play,
I mean, it's possible, but the reason why I think that he wasn't gonna play is because I got an update saying that essentially Kyron Williams is the rookie running back they drafted. They liked him. They liked him and they liked Darrell Henderson for this game particularly, at least. So Kyron Williams was supposed to be that guy, and then he got hurt, so they had to play Cam Akers.
Yeah.
And I think that's the reason why he was very used very sparingly. But I think that Darrell Henderson is a really, really good pickup. He also is a person that gets injured far too often.
That's true.
But when he's
on
healthy,
somebody's waiver wire, that's a shame. Darrell Henderson should have been drafted.
Both of them should have been drafted. Yeah, off the rip.
yeah, but he's on somebody's waiver wire. Trust me.
Rex Burkhead. I'm so surprised, but he's doing pretty well when it comes to the pass catching role. He did the same thing last season, and he's doing it again this year. So
I just don't see him sustaining this, man.
I mean,
I can't.
He sustained it last season.
I'm waiting for
surprisingly.
Damian Pierce to show what he got. My Florida Gator is about to come out there and ball. All right.
But that don't necessarily mean it's going to stop Burkhead from getting.
If he start catching these balls out the backfield, they ain't gonna be stressing that man Burkhead no more. They're gonna release him real quick.
But we've seen this from Burkhead before on the Patriots.
Yeah, it's like I mean, it is what it is.
Jeff Wilson Jr. We already mentioned him earlier.
Yeah.
You need to be adding him. Khalil Herbert.
That's a sleeper.
Yeah,
that's a sleeper right there.
Sleeper.
I like him because he actually ended up having a really decent game, and it's like where people valued him on David Montgomery. I mean, for the game that they played, for him to have a good game, I'm like, hey,
David did nothing. I think he gave me 4 points.
I mean, I'm still giving them a pass for that weather game because it was whack. But we'll see.
Yeah, I drafted Khalil Herbert, so if he's available in your leagues, you definitely want to look at getting him. Also, Kenneth Gainwell and Nyheim Hines.
They both did pretty well.
They did decent.
I mean, Matt Ryan obviously uses Nyheim Hines like Cordell in a way.
Right.
And you're looking at Kenneth Gainwell. Everybody's been hyping him up. It's like they're saying he's kind of better than Miles Sanders. And at this point, I'm not going to lie to you. If Kenneth Gainwell keeps picking up steam, he might just take that job. Yeah. And they might move on from Miles Sanders.
I like both of those running backs, Kenneth Gainwell and Nyheim Hines. Hines is another guy who did pretty well as a pass catching back. And Kenneth Gainwell, he's shown flashes. He did pretty well last season, especially when Miles Sanders was out. They also had other running backs there. They kind of had a committee approach last season. But Kenneth Gainwell is a good running back.
Yeah.
Wide receivers, you have Robbie Anderson, Jarvis Landry, Curtis Samuel, Sterling Shepard. We'll start with those four. So, Robbie Anderson.
Good pickup if he's available.
If he's available, yeah.
Most leagues he is. I don't think a lot of people started him. He's a deep threat.
Yep.
He's gonna get you.
But how often do you trust that?
With Baker Mayfield.
Because it's Baker Mayfield, he's gonna sling the ball to him. Say again.
He get picked.
Well, he threw it to him multiple times.
Listen, I'm not bad on Robbie. I'm just saying.
I wouldn't say he's a must-add.
He's a top receiver pick, yes, but the reason why you mentioned those first four, right?
Yeah.
So out of those first four, if you're asking me, I'm looking at Jarvis and Curtis Samuel before him.
100%.
Because Jarvis showed you exactly what I said before. He was going to be the PPR catcher.
Yeah. You already know Jarvis. That's
and
what
he
he's
got
about.
yards. He got yards. Jarvis don't ever get 90, 100 yards like that on a regular basis.
The thing with me with Jarvis, he should have already been picked up or drafted.
So, I drafted.
That's my thing.
Some of these players, if they're on your league,
yeah, you're tripping.
Y'all tripping.
Yeah.
Curtis Samuel, who did they used to compare him to? But I know that they like Curtis Samuel in a way that they like DJ Moore. That DJ Moore was an all-around kind of running back, and Curtis Samuel they were using Curtis Samuel in the backfield in Carolina too. So I think that once Curtis Samuel is healthy, he produces. He does really well. All
right, and then you have Jahan Dotson. Okay.
That to me.
You saw that catch, right?
2 touchdown catches. Jahan Dotson, he's been on my radar from pre-draft, right? But at the same time, I didn't expect him to come out and do that. Maybe that's because Carson Wentz decided to have a renaissance. But at the same time, I think Jahan Dotson has a really good chance to be one of the top receivers this year, and I don't want to say it because Terry McLaurin is that dude too, but Terry McLaurin could lose his top receiver job to Jahan Dotson at this point.
But if Wentz just keeps up what he's doing,
then he could
any
support
receiver of that team is just a good ad.
Yeah, so take a flyer on Curtis Samuel, Jarvis, Dotson, for sure.
Yeah.
I'd also be looking at DJ Chark, Tyler Boyd, who we already mentioned.
Yeah.
If Julio Jones is in your league on the waiver, pick him up.
Who?
Julio. Exactly.
I want to make sure I heard.
Yeah.
Devin Duvernay, Greg Dortch, Zay Jones, and Donovan Peoples-Jones. Those last 5 are, well, Devin Duvernay definitely. You should be looking at him.
Get him. Mm-hmm. DJ Chark had a really good game yesterday. And
a lot of people dropped him too.
Exactly.
Before the game.
So I think people need to go.
They need to go get
pick him back up. Duvernay, I believe he's a key person. It's some things about Mike in our league that when you see him do something, pay attention to.
Yeah.
Because he's such a Ravens fan to the T that when he knew about Mark Andrews before Mark Andrews blew up. It was the craziest thing. He knew about it though, because he's that much of a Ravens fan.
Did he say anything about Bateman? Did he guess Bateman would have?
No, but he told me, because I didn't even remember this, but essentially Darren Waller was a Raven.
That was before the whole drug thing, right? Yeah, they drafted him.
Yeah. And he was all like, yo, he was supposed to be that person, but all that stuff happened.
Yeah.
So, Duvernay, obviously, he's somebody that you want to pay attention to because Lamar got to throw it to somebody.
Yeah, and Mark Andrews didn't do nothing for him.
Exactly.
All right. Now, quickly, we're going to get into tight ends. So, O.J. Howard, he's had his ups and downs, but yesterday he had a pretty good game.
Yeah.
Taysom Hill is the guy that I'm really looking at right now. Vic, I think you drafted him, right?
No, I didn't draft him. I wanted him, but
someone
did. He's drafted in our league.
Okay.
So did they start him? They didn't.
Taysom Hill, he's who?
Zay got him.
Yeah, he's a tight end that you might want to have, considering the fact that he was a quarterback. Now he's playing tight end. He's doing well at tight end. If they want to come up with trick plays or something like that, that's potential extra points.
How did Kamara do? Oh, did he? I guess he didn't do well.
Kamara. I know you have him in the auction league. I have him as well in another league, and he let me down.
I don't care what y'all tell me about Taysom Hill. He need to go somewhere. If you want to play quarterback on a different team.
You don't. You want to play everything.
Where, you're not a running back. Stop taking Kamara's touches.
Hey,
all right? If you're playing
your athlete.
That's exactly why I say.
But it's also volatile. Mm-hmm. It's also volatile because you have to sit there and also remember that, listen, bro, the man literally, when it comes down to Taysom Hill, it's hit or miss, bro, because if they're not using him as a quarterback and you're not using him as a tight end, it really don't matter, bro. It really don't matter.
Then you got Gerald Everett.
I slept on that one.
Tyler Conklin, Hayden Hurst, which we mentioned, and Tyler Higbee.
Hayden Hurst was a good pickup. Tyler Conklin, I'm going to say that one was fluky, but it's possible. Gerald Everett.
He's a good backup.
No, he pissed me off because I didn't start him, so I pissed myself off.
Yeah.
So
he's a good tight end.
Imagine starting Irv Smith with
See, now,
zero.
When I saw you start Irv Smith, I was like, I wouldn't have done that.
You rolled the dice on that one.
I rolled it because I'm like, bro, new offense, Kevin O'Connell, bro. And then my thing was but Herbert is going to throw this man the ball. But I just didn't. I was thinking, the hype
Hunter
train.
Henry flourished when he was playing for the Chargers, so Gerald Everett would have been the guy that I would have started.
Yeah, so I should have started him. That's my mistake. But after that, I mean, who else is there? O.J. Howard. The only thing I would say about O.J. Howard is that he is volatile because he only got 2 catches and both his catches were touchdowns.
Right.
So that doesn't tell me that he's being used throughout the whole game. Obviously, he was a red zone target, which is also a good sign. Yeah. But if you're only getting 2 catches and both of your catches were a touchdown, that shows me that you might not be doing it.
In the previous years, he threw some goose eggs or maybe 1 or 2 catches.
Yeah, and he also has some injuries.
He has all the upside. He has all the upside.
So it's back
but he is a... Because if you're looking at a tight end, right, who does the Houston Texans really have? And so it's you're looking at Davis Mills. Tight end is a quarterback best friend sometimes. So
Yeah.
I think that he's a big body. He has the talent. He should be able to do it.
He's a good tight end.
Yeah.
Kickers. We're gonna get into these kickers.
You could just run
just
through
name
them.
them.
Yeah, we're just gonna name these kickers off. Cade York, Ryan Sucker, Chris Boswell, who was very consistent. He was good last season as well. You got Greg Joseph.
Good too.
Riley Patterson, Young Ho Koo, who scored quite a bit of fantasy points yesterday.
Yeah, that's my dog, Young Ho Koo.
Will Lutz is another good kicker.
Yeah.
He was injured last season, but prior to that, he had a really good season. And, he's also a kicker that he plays for the Saints. They play in the dome, so you don't have to really
You don't got to worry about weather
win.
like that.
Same thing with Rodrigo Blankenship. And then you have Jason Sanders, who did well, and you also have Kaimi Fairbairn. And then defenses. You have the Steelers defense, Chargers defense, Vikings defense, Dolphins defense, who straight shut down the Patriots yesterday. And then you have the Ravens defense. For whatever reason, they always get dropped or not. They don't get added at the beginning of the season, but then somebody picks them up and they end up having them for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
The Ravens are always a consistent defense.
I would say the only thing about that defense is with the Chargers. I don't know. I can't remember the exact point total that the Raiders scored, maybe 19 or something like that.
It was 19-24 game.
Yeah, so basically, they dropped 19 points on them. It's not like the Raiders didn't score. And they ended with like 17 fantasy points, bro. Like the Chargers, I think they sacked them 6 times.
They got the call. They got a lot of tackle for losses.
Like, there's a lot. So that defense is scary. Like I said, that is scary. The Vikings defense, I don't know too much about it, but they made some.
And that's against a high octane offense. So.
Yeah. Alright, and let's go through these top 10s at every position. We're just gonna run through these. People that obviously are all drafted in every league pretty much. If these people aren't, then obviously this is why they're a fantasy waiver wire pickup option. So for quarterbacks, we're also starting off with QB1 Patrick Mahomes, and then Josh Allen comes in at number 2. We got Carson Wentz at number 3, Justin Herbert at number 4, Lamar Jackson at number 5, and then Jameis at 6, Jalen Hurts at 7, Baker Mayfield at 8, Kyler Murray at 9, and Kirk Cousins at 10. So, I mean, out of those, the only person that shocked me that they're in there is Jameis and Baker.
And Wentz.
Wentz, my lord.
Wentz. At 3, I am shocked that Wentz at 3.
Yeah, because where's Aaron Rodgers? Where's Tom Brady? Where's all these other? Yeah, so, Wentz, Baker, Jameis. Running backs, we got Saquon coming at 1, Jonathan Taylor at number 2, DeAndre Swift at number 3. Just keynote, DeAndre Swift can be a super steal this year.
Yep.
Kareem Hunt at number 4. I folded y'all boys. I folded.
I appreciate it.
And he had Cordell Patterson, who did pretty well, which I don't know. Do you think he's top 10 going for the rest of the year?
He will not. He got me 22 points, and he will not sustain that all year. Now, 15? Maybe.
Yeah.
But I don't think he can do 22 again.
CEH Clyde Edwards-Helaire, a.k.a. my teammate in the league, is the Fresh Prince of Helaire. Yeah. That man really kind of...
trademark?
I mean... Yo, I'm telling you, this, like we've seen everybody. I've heard the horror stories. I was honestly scared and happy when I picked up Clyde Edwards-Helaire, but he did his thing. Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. I don't know. I'm still scared, but I'm still happy. But Dontrell Hilliard, like I said, that was cap. But he could still probably have a role.
He has a role,
but he will never be in the top 10 again. I promise you.
All right, we'll see.
I mean, unless Derrick Henry get hurt.
Yeah.
Joe Mixon, I always hate Joe Mixon.
My dog AJ Dillon.
AJ Dillon did his thing.
No Aaron Jones.
There's no Aaron Jones in there, so that everybody who was always talking about his standalone value.
AJ this week.
Exactly. And Antonio Gibson, the man who done put a hit on Brian Robinson.
Allegedly.
He put a hit on that man, bro. All right, and receivers. We got the number 1 is Justin Jefferson, number 2 Cooper Kupp. We already know that them boys was balling. Devontae number 3. I mean, did you expect anything else? Stephon Diggs showed me something this week. I didn't think he had all of that. I didn't think that speed was like that, dog.
Yeah.
When he burnt Jalen like
route
that,
running, everything, bro.
I didn't think he had it like that.
Yeah, y'all crazy.
I mean, maybe I am. Like, maybe I'm asleep. I'm not even gonna lie.
Sleep.
But Jamar Chase at 5, Michael Pittman. I know you were very high on
He
him.
did way better than I thought he would.
And I didn't think he was going to have that game, but I picked him up in my work league, and I was happy that you made me pick him up. But yeah, Michael Pittman balled. AJ Brown, 155 yards. He had a really good game. Obviously, Jalen Hurts is going to force feed him the ball.
Yeah.
Michael Thomas, Robbie Anderson.
Robbie Anderson, Michael Thomas, and Devin Duvernay. Michael Thomas is back, y'all. I don't 100% feel like he's back, but 57 yards, 2 touchdowns. I mean, you can't go wrong.
At 85%, they said.
At 85%, and I will tell you what, I didn't believe when I heard there was only 57 yards, 2 touchdowns. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the thing is, he dove for that one touchdown in that corner of the pylon.
Yeah.
Yo, I was like, yo, this man's back. I don't care because he was doing that looked like prime Michael Thomas.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, and Devin Duvernay, like we said before, he's Lamar got to throw it to somebody, and clearly he likes throwing to Devin Duvernay.
Bateman too.
But I mean, Devin Duvernay did their thing last week. Travis Kelce, we're talking about tight ends.
Yeah, he's supposed
Undisputed.
to be
Undisputed.
Target.
But number 2, this week for tight ends was so trash. All right?
Yeah.
Obviously, O.J. Howard is number 2. That's probably never going to happen again. Taysom Hill at 3. Bro, figure out your position, dog. Gerald Everett at 4. I like that. I'm not mad at it. I think he actually can reach in the top 10 with Herbert. Dalton Schultz at No. Believe it or not, for one thing I realized about these Cowboys quarterbacks, they gonna throw to their tight end, bro.
Of course.
They gonna throw to their tight end.
Yeah.
He up there for a reason.
Yeah, Dalton Schultz.
That's not a fluke.
Yeah.
Bro, CD didn't do nothing.
He tried to throw it to him.
I mean, I know Zeke ain't do nothing. Pollard ain't do nothing. I mean, Pollard was in the game more than Zeke.
Yeah.
And I mean, Zeke outpaced him by 2 snaps, but whatever. He felt like he was in the game more.
Yeah.
Or at least when it mattered. And so you got, you know what I'm saying? You put it this way, Schultz is gonna eat, regardless of the quarterback. I'm not gonna try to pronounce his last name.
Freeman.
Yeah, whatever. Steelers tight end. Obviously, Mike Tomlin know what he's doing, bro. You got Mitch Trubisky as the starter, and he found his tight end a lot, bro. And they won, and they beat the people that just went to the Super Bowl. So I mean, you can't be mad at that.
Oh man, I was so mad. I was so mad.
Yo,
having Joe Burrow and him getting just shut down.
Yeah, bro. I'm mad that he came back.
Yeah.
Anyway. Darren Waller, he's always going to be a staple in here.
Regardless.
See, it's kind of getting back to normal.
Hopefully he don't have a season like last season.
Yeah, it was a little off last year.
Yeah.
So Darren Waller, Zach Ertz came through. Tyler Conklin, aberration in my mind. Mark Andrews, I hope that we see you no lower than 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, he better not. Because I drafted him 2nd round.
Yeah. All right, so kickers, we got my dog Young Hoku.
Young Hope.
Cool. She cool. Anyway, Cade York. That's kind of a dope name. I ain't gonna lie, Cade York.
Yeah,
I don't know. I've never heard it before, but it's Cade. It's cool.
Slade.
Right? Ryan Suckup, Chris Boswell, Greg Joseph, Riley Patterson.
Pause. Ryan.
What?
Let's keep going. Just keep going.
Jason Sanders. Oh, you can say this man name because you said it properly. Kaimi.
Fairbairn.
Oh, okay, yeah. All right, Will Lutz and Daniel Carlson. All solid kickers. Kickers is always up and down. You never know what happens, but if you just want to make sure you have a decent one. The top defenses that we had to deal with is the Steelers, Dolphins, which I'm ecstatic to see the Dolphins as the number 2 defense in fantasy. The Bills, we were over the Bills, and the Chargers, Buccaneers, Vikings, Ravens, Bears, Titans, and Browns. That's pretty solid defenses. I didn't think the Browns were going to do that. I'm not going to lie.
I mean, the Browns, their defense is pretty decent.
No, it is, but you got to remember, I didn't account for them being able to sustain a good defense because I didn't think Jacoby Brissett would be serviceable.
Yeah.
Obviously, he was.
Yeah.
So
and they give the ball to Chubb.
Brissett is not hot.
How many points did Chubb score?
I don't know. He had over 100 yards rushing though.
Okay. He no touchdowns?
I don't think so.
Oh, no. They said only Kareem Hunt did.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go with some of these duds. Who you got?
Me, Henry only got me 8 points. Trash. That almost lost me the game, but I'm still here. Like I said, I'm gonna get Hilliard and then try to get Hilliard in the waiver. See what we can do. Trey Lance underperformed for me. I might be searching for a quarterback. Carson Wentz, here I come. And those are my two. What do you say, Kyrie? What you got?
I have down here Darnell Mooney and Brandon Ayuk.
Brandon Ayuk.
I mean, now that could be due to the weather.
Yeah.
But I was expecting.
I give Darnell Mooney a pass. Brandon Ayuk, I do not give a pass. Just because of what he's done to me. But I'm not dropping him. I'm not making that mistake no more. Yeah. I'm not dropping him in. All right. My duds, Kyle Pitts obviously just he wet the bed for me, y'all. Yeah. Aaron Rodgers wet the bed for me. Yeah. I don't know what to do in those situations.
Yeah, you don't expect it. You just can't plan for it.
I mean, it is what it is. I
thought I kind of felt like you might have struggled, but I didn't know it was gonna be that bad.
Yeah.
It just means you get MVP season this year, bro.
We'll see.
All right. So any of the players that balled out for y'all, and if not, but the players that did ball out for you, was it a fluke or was this something that you think you're going to see more of?
Well, the two for me, one is Michael Thomas.
Okay.
He did much better than I thought he would. I was struggling between him and Renfro. I'm glad I went with MT because he did way better.
You kind of pissed me off.
And like I said before, he's at 85%. I think he's continue doing good. And then Cordell balled out, but like I said, I don't think he's going to sustain that many points.
So that's what you got?
Game, yeah.
Cordell. Okay. Yeah, because I mean, the hype, preseason hype was Tyler Allgeier's going to probably take that job eventually.
Which he still might.
No, it's early in the game.
Yeah.
It's early in the game. Who do you have?
So DeAndre Swift, he balled out for me.
Yes.
He did really good. Pittman Jr., he also balled out for me. He got me 28 points. So.
Yes. I don't think neither one of those are flukes. I think they're both going to continue doing that.
So you don't got any flukes? No flukes that you think that you've seen?
Flukes? Nah, I can't really think of players that I got on my team.
No, even if so, if you just think there's other flukes around. Because I haven't tell you my fluke, you already know.
Nah, what you got?
I mean, for me, I got Kareem Hunt as my baller. Obviously, I left him on my bench, and that could have very well helped me win this week against this guy. I don't appreciate that. But what I would say is that I think he's going to ball going forward because if Brissett is going to have to move the ball, he's going to have to dump it.
Yeah.
And I think that as a quarterback that doesn't really throw too far and you're really safe about what you do, I see him just check down into Kareem Hunt because he's the catching back.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's what's going to happen. My fluke, Taysom Hill. I don't believe it. Because
you got Kamara.
I don't believe it. Bro, how many times has Taysom Hill balled for 3 weeks and then gone missing?
You right. But that changes teams.
But that's at quarterback.
I know, I'm just saying, but he's done it.
At tight end, who's going to...
Is he the starting tight end?
I believe so.
He is?
I don't know if he's starting.
I don't think he's starting. It was the other Trotman.
Yeah, I don't think he's a starter, but...
I'm just saying, I think
did this last year when Jameis was healthy, Taysom Hill was taking stuff from Kamara.
Yeah, and I don't like that.
So...
I don't like that.
Oh, it's to be seen.
Anyways. Who do you guys have as a trending up kind of player?
For me, because Derrick Henry, I heard Dontre Hilliard. He's going to get screens, flat passes, all that stuff. And Wentz. You need a quarterback? If you got that, Wentz should be probably your number one look right now.
I mean, we went through a lot of these players, but for me, like we said before, Jahan Dotson has like a really high ceiling to me. And I think that he ends up like really, really balling out. Curtis Samuel has a good shot too. My dart throw, even though I'm still iffy on it, is O.J. Howard. Because to be honest with you, I think that him going to the Texans, I think who's he rumored to go to before the Texans? I think he was gonna go somewhere. I can't remember where it was, but he changed his mind and went to the Texans, right? And I think that with that happening, I think that gives him a pathway to number 1 tight end. And Davis Mills looks like he wants to hit him in the end zone. So I mean, obviously it's week 1, we don't know for sure, but that's a big target.
Yeah.
So that would be my 2 people that I think that might be in a trending up kind of thing. All right, so let's go with the streaming options. Like, who do you guys have? Like, what defenses are we streaming this week? What kind of tight ends? What kind of QBs? I know you're looking at Carson Wentz. I don't think you're looking at Carson Wentz as a streamer though. I think that you look at Carson Wentz as a long play backup.
Well, I have Trey Lance and I dropped Justin Fields.
Okay.
Trey Lance got me 10 points. I'm a little scared right now. But Kittle was out. He comes back this
Rain
week.
game.
He comes back.
Please, God.
I'm gonna try to get Wentz, but I'm probably still gonna start Trey Lance because I need more from Wentz still. So I am streaming quarterbacks right now.
Okay, so you could hope for Wentz because Wentz is up and down all the time.
Yeah.
For me, a good tight end, a lot of tight ends that people like obviously OJ Howard is one, but a good streamer if he's still on there for whatever reason. I feel like after this week he shouldn't be, but Gerald Everett, if you can find him on your thing and you don't have one of those top tier tight ends that people drafted high, I think that you get massive value from him and you might keep him all year. I mean, you may not have every game where he drops 14 points, but 10 is in the realm. And I mean, obviously y'all boys can brag to me. I don't appreciate my 2 L's to y'all this week. But I mean, y'all talk.
Good job.
Yeah.
Before I get into that, I just want to mention my streaming options. Harrison Bryant. I'm not sold on David Njoku. David Njoku has burnt me several times.
But
He's
what
a
do you
baller.
think about him with Deshaun when he eventually comes back?
Well, that's 11 games from
No,
now.
I feel you. So I'm just saying. So you're just talking about for right now.
But did Deshaun ever use
mean-
tight ends like that on the Texans? I don't remember.
Nah, the Texans.
It was
Texans.
just D-Hop. It was just D-Hop.
They barely.
D-Hop and
When
Will
Deshaun
Fuller.
Watson was with the Texans, they barely used their tight end.
Yeah.
Every now and again, their tight end might do something, but it'd be like one game, and then he
Yeah, it wasn't much. You're right.
4 or
You're right.
5 points. So Harrison Bryant, he ended up actually getting more points. I think he might even play more snaps than David Njoku for whatever reason. I don't know.
He probably a better blocker.
Probably a better blocker.
And catching as well.
But I say that Harrison Bryant is a player that you might want to monitor. Carson Wentz also has a good matchup coming up this week. He had a good matchup this past Sunday, and you see what happened when he played that game. He got 37 points. So if you need a quarterback for next week, because of the matchup, you might want to pick up Carson Wentz. And then the Steelers defense, they also play the Patriots this coming week, and obviously we just
Steelers.
down. So
Listen, bro.
Steelers defense, they pretty much shut down Joe Burrow for the first half of the game. So
Hey, bro.
definitely you should be looking into getting the Steelers if you don't already have them.
Minka's serious, y'all. I know everybody's still mad at Minka, but I've been trying to tell y'all Minka is a real deal.
FM.
And then as far as bragging rights, I don't really talk too much shit, but I won a lot of games. I won a lot of leagues. This season,
It's over, though.
this first week, I'm winning in like 3 out of 4 leagues. So
I'm 2 out of 3.
Alex unfortunately had to take a L.
I only took a L because I messed up.
Let's rock.
Well,
Your player, you didn't mess up. It's just that your players, they shit the bed.
They didn't show up.
Yeah.
They just didn't show up.
I mean, Zeke
The team's gonna be fine.
just lost his quarterback for 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Javante, I mean, he's currently playing right
Yeah,
now.
we
I don't
don't
know.
know
I have to
about
look at
that.
that in a little bit, but I'm pretty sure I'm not winning this
But
game.
I expect the Broncos to win that game, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, but they were just trailing 17-13.
Well, I need Judy to get like 3 more points.
It was only, I don't know what they got.
He got 20 right now.
Oh, that's what's up.
Judy is balling.
All right, that's what's up. But yeah, I mean, I'm winning 2 of them, 4 of my leagues. I don't appreciate losing to these guys, like I said earlier, but it is what it is. But it's week 1. You do not want to overreact on any situation after week 1. You will kill your team if you overreact. Do not do it. That is a warning from me. But at the end of the day, I've made that mistake many times. So, with all that being said, let's just wrap this thing up. Thank you for watching the FantasyFlo podcast. Love doing this shit with my dogs.
Yeah. Week 1 done.
We live.
Embedded the drive, can't stop going. Catching all these blessings, open field like I'm T.O. It's free flowing. Embedded the drive, can't stop going. Catching all these blessings, open field like I'm T.O. It's free flowing.